One of the things that we've learned at Gramophone is that our customers love a great, big, bright image. But there comes a point where you really kind of can't do that in a single box setting anymore. Hi, I'm Joe with Gramophone. We're here today with Skyler from Just Video Walls. Skyler, so good to see you.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Oh yeah, and one of the things that we're so impressed with is that with Just Video Walls, the size of what we need to do for a client's particular application kind of doesn't matter. We can accommodate anything. So Skyler, if you can tell us a little bit about the experiences that you're having a lot of success with, I think our viewers would really appreciate it.
Absolutely, yeah. What's behind us here is unlike any other display that you've probably ever seen before. This is a new technology that we're bringing to market with Gramophone. This is called MicroLED. And as you can see, there's no shadow puppets, right? I think we're all used to seeing the big projection systems two-piece. We're now moving to a direct lit system. So this is made up of a bunch of really small LEDs, just like you would see in an OLED TV. It's the same basic concept. And so that's why this image looks so incredible with all these lights on in here, right? So we're seeing customers put this into bedrooms even, living rooms, right, where you've got windows and lights, and this is how we do the future of large format display.
And it, of course, can go into a commercial installation as well, right?
That's right.
I think the part about MicroLED to remember for our clients who might not be sort of so tech savvy is the smaller you go with that LED, the more control you have over the brightness, color, and contrast. Is that accurate?
Yeah, somewhat. So we have control over pretty much any of our pixel pitch options. I think that's what you're referring to, right? Is how close these pixels are. For example, in what we have behind me, I'm standing about 10 feet away back here and I see no pixels at all.
None.
But we've got other technologies that are tighter and some that are wider, right? So it's really up to people like you at Gramophone to convey this in your home and your business, right? The best way possible to know exactly, and that's where we work together to get this working for the customer and the experience that they want.
Skyler, I just want to quickly say that I'm blown away by this experience because I
am too.
I love it. Yeah. When our owner came down and visited you and you showed him what was possible, he came back and told us, you must get some Just Video Walls on camera. So we're excited. Yeah. Now, so this is one set of solutions, right?
Right.
Do you have another that you want to show us?
Well, let's talk about this experience. So this is a 6x5 matrix. You don't need to know what that means, but it's a 156-inch video wall on the wall, and it is actually not a 16:9 box. That's what's cool about this is we don't have to do this in your traditional format. For example, we have a dedicated 2:4:0 aspect ratio just over there, right, where we're playing one of my favorite movies ever. This is Ready Player One.
Okay.
Right, but this you can see is not, like you see something like this and it's not what you're used to seeing.
That's right.
With a TV, it's totally different and there's no glare, right? Normally I'd be seeing lights bouncing off over here or like a reflection of my own image. None of that exists in our MicroLED technology.
I have to say, Skyler, because some of our clients might not know that at a show like this, the lighting is pretty much the worst.
This is worst case scenario.
Yeah. It's lighting that's comparable to going to the grocery store where super bright lights are an advantage in that environment, but you're not going to be in there for very long. If this looks this good in this environment.
Oh man, just wait until you see it in a house, Joseph. It's so insane. So back to this one. This one is, we've got 5 sources coming in at the same time on this wall, okay? And so now this is one of the powers of our MicroLED system is we can bring in multiple sports feeds, which I didn't actually understand how cool that was until I started working with our videographer who's a big sports guy, right? And he's like, he's paying attention to 3 different games at the same time. And so I get it. Like you have lots of things that you can be doing with this. Or if you just want like a simple setup, we have modes that are more ambient, right?
Yes.
So this has 2 screens in it. You don't have to have any screen, but the background, everybody wants to know like, what do I do with this when I turn it off? I don't want to have a big black image in my living room, but you don't have to. When you turn it off, it goes into ambient mode and you can have art on the background instead of whatever black base image that you would have with our micro LED panels.
Or maybe at a big holiday party, the kids can be watching and listening to a cartoon while you're monitoring the football game.
That's right.
Love
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Love
or camera security feeds. You know, a lot of people like to see that. Maybe the bottom 3 are your camera security feeds while you have one top image. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a technology, not just for technology's sake.
Yes.
Right? It's not about how bright it is, even though that's important. It's not about the actual like LEDs that we're using. It's about what you're doing to make this experience awesome for you, the homeowner. And we are giving you the tools, because you guys are the hero of the story, right? Like, you guys take what we give you and you turn it into awesome stuff, right?
Yeah.
And like, let me tell you, I've been doing this for long enough. Every single time I see one of these, my jaw hits the floor. Every time. And I'm waiting for the minute when it doesn't, but like, we'll go over here in a second and look at this giant immersive wall, and it's insane.
If you don't mind, Skyler, can we take one brief moment? You touched on a control option. I'd love you to show us that.
Okay, yeah. So you're asking about the UI that we have.
Yes.
So there's a lot of companies out there who make claims about being able to put layers on a display.
Yes.
Right? The problem is nobody's talking about how that actually works for the end user, right? We have a very high-end processing system that we use, but you got to know how to code and how to program in order to use it. And you shouldn't be handing that to an end client in their house. They don't want that. They want simplicity. They want a remote where I know what everything works. And so that's what we've developed here. So all of the cool matrixing that we're showing you on that wall is controlled with this really nicely designed UI. So I have all of my sources along the bottom, and then I have all of my layouts on the side. So for example, if I wanted to just have one big image, I just hit a button and then it seamlessly switches to, right now what's playing is our Kaleidoscape source, right? But if I wanted to change that source to maybe one of the games we were watching, I can put my Apple TV on it and it'll seamlessly switch on this wall, right? So now what you'll see is my sports feed's gonna come up behind you, and now I've got the game in full screen. Now when it comes to multi-layering, what gets difficult is this is not just a 16:9 with a basic 4x4 system on it, right? Or
Correct.
a 2x2 system on it,
Correct.
right? This has a lot of different configuration options, like the ambient mode we were showing you.
Yes.
But we have a multi-5, right? So we've got the 5 sources, like I was showing you, and that's seamlessly updated behind you, right? And we have a 4, which has 3 on the bottom and 1 on the top.
Skyler, I love the way it just comes up on here, mirroring what's happening there.
Exactly.
Very easy. I've never seen this before, and it's just so easy for me to understand this.
That's right. And what's nice is I have complete control of the audio and the brightness of the video wall too. So we've thought about all the ways that an end user may need to manipulate or interact with their video wall, their just video walls in their home. So I can change my top matrix ratio. So like this one on the top here is 16:9, but what happens if I put a kaleidoscape on it? Some kaleidoscapes are outputting 235 content.
Yep.
Right? So I need to be able to watch that in a 16:9, or I need to be able to watch that in a 235. So when I bring my kaleidoscape in, you can see right now the content is actually windowing inside, which is not the best experience. So we've thought of that, and we've built in a way to seamlessly scale that. We can take it all the way out to the 32:9 on the top, or we can make it just so it fits perfectly with a 235. So everything is seamless, and this is what you're doing. This is what Gramophone is doing, is they're taking this technology and they're bringing it to you, the customer, in a way like nobody else can do.
Skyler, it strikes me that one of the best advantages of this is that if it's noontime and we're watching something, we can have a level of brightness that's appropriate to the light that's flooding in at noon. But now it's 9 o'clock at night and we want to watch our movie, we can have a level of brightness that's appropriate for that.
That's right.
That's fantastic.
Because these are bright, right? Like, it's not about how many nits, they're just bright. They're bright enough to operate in any home. So what happens at nighttime? Well, it gets really, really bright. So we need a way that we can dial that down. What's nice is that we can sometimes do that automated. So at a certain time of day, the wall goes down, or just have a switch, right? You know, sometimes I turn the lights on. Sometimes when I'm gaming and watching movies, they go all the way off. And I'll just want to be able to manipulate that whenever I want.
And in the end of the day, making those options easy for our clients is exactly what we want. you've got one more trick up your sleeve that you want to
right
show
over
us.
here. This is incredible. You got to see this.
Let's take a short walk.
Okay, so this is immersiveness. I'm going to stand over here so you get a size. Like, this is a gigantic wall. This is huge. It's a 217 inch. We got a gaming laptop on this right now. Some of the people in our booth are having fun playing. But like, this represents really like the scale of what we can do with micro LED. Like, again, large format display, right? So we need to start thinking outside of the box in terms of like, what am I limited to? There's no limitations anymore. It's all your creativity. And the question is like, how immersive do you want it, right? Gaming on a system like this is really, like, this is unlike any experience you've ever had, right? With any sort of display.
Yeah.
So this is what we want to deliver to your customers, right? And what you guys have always wanted to deliver is creating cool experiences for people with awesome audio, great images, and just people that you want to do business with, right?
Skyler, I love it. You know, as we started this video, if we're talking about a TV set, we're always going to be limited in terms of what we can do. And that's okay a lot of the time, but there's other clients for whom I think the Just Video Walls experiences that Skyler has shown us today is exactly the right thing for us, because you've given us the creativity tools we can use to give you, the client, whatever it is that you want. We want to say thank you so much for watching this video. To learn more about Just Video Walls, you can go to gramophone.com. We really appreciate you coming along. If you haven't thus far, please like and subscribe, because that helps us out a lot. Click that little bell icon so you're always notified of our upcoming content. And we want to not only thank you for watching this video, but thank you, Skyler, for not only being along with us today, but also just for creating all these solutions we can bring to our clients.
We're just having fun, man. That's all it is.
Thanks again, and thanks for watching this video.